The full-size truck market has long been defined by a fundamental unavoidable compromise. For years, buyers have been forced to choose between a vehicle engineered to conquer high-speed desert terrain and one that can actually tow a heavy boat camper or equipment trailer without sagging dangerously or compromising its suspension geometry. Toyota has been quietly observing this shift, analyzing the shortcomings of its American rivals, and their upcoming strategy for the 2027 model year suggests they are finally ready to shatter this compromise with a machine designed to redefine the boundaries of what a half-ton pickup can achieve. The highly anticipated rumored Tundra TRD Hammer. Welcome to Auto Insights, where we go beyond the surface to break down cars, strategies, and what they really mean for buyers. If you want deeper understanding without the noise, make sure you're subscribed. Before we dissect the engineering and market implications of this vehicle, we must establish a clear, honest baseline regarding its development status. The 2027 Toyota Tundra mid-cycle refresh is officially confirmed, aligning perfectly with the manufacturer's standard 5-year product cadence for the TNGF platform. However, the specific high-performance variant widely referred to in the industry as the TRD Hammer remains in the realm of highly credible expectation rather than official confirmation. While Toyota has not yet released a formal press statement detailing its final specifications or pricing, the convergence of recent trademark filings, prototype sightings undergoing rigorous testing at the Mint 400, and consistent reporting from established automotive supply chain insiders paints a definitive picture. Let us examine the design direction. Because the physical transformation of this truck is not merely an aesthetic exercise designed to generate clickbait, it is a direct, functional application of off-road physics. The standard Tundra has often been criticized for a front fascia that feels overly busy and polarizing, but the broader 2027 refresh is expected to adopt a cleaner, more horizontal design language aligned with the latest Tacoma and Sequoia models, projecting a more mature and cohesive presence. The TRD Hammer, however, takes a radically different, purpose-built approach. It is engineered with a significantly widened track, necessitating heavy, flared composite fenders that extend well beyond the standard body lines. This wide body stance is not just for aggressive styling, it is a fundamental requirement for high-speed desert stability. The most critical conversation surrounding the 2027 Tundra revolves around its powertrain, and this is where Toyota's strategy becomes genuinely disruptive to the status quo. Enthusiasts have long clamored for a supercharged V8 to compete with American rivals, but Toyota is wisely doubling down on its advanced hybrid architecture. The TRD Hammer is expected to utilize a specially tuned, high-output version of the 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6i Farsi Max hybrid system. In its powertrain delivers a highly capable 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. However, industry insiders suggest that recalibrated turbochargers and an optimized electric motor strategy could push these figures beyond 450 horsepower and potentially near 500 pound-feet of torque. The true advantage here is not just peak horsepower, but the shape of the torque curve. Understanding the physical specifications of this vehicle is essential to grasping its real-world usability and limitations. Built on the high-strength steel TNGAF platform, the TRD Hammer will likely be restricted to the CrewMax cab configuration paired with a shorter 5-foot bed. This is a deliberate, calculated engineering choice. A shorter wheelbase improves the breakover angle, preventing the truck from high centering on steep, rocky inclines, while the CrewMax cab ensures the vehicle's weight is distributed optimally over the axles, which is critical for maintaining control and traction when the suspension is fully articulated. The truck will ride on massive 37-inch all-terrain tires which require a completely redesigned long-travel suspension system. This includes forged aluminum or heavy-duty upper and lower control arms to handle the massive leverage and stress exerted by the larger wheels, paired with upgraded internal bypass dampers, likely from Fox, tuned specifically for high-speed compression and rebound control. The ground clearance will be significantly increased, but the overall width will push the boundaries of standard lane widths, serving as a constant reminder to the driver that this is a specialized, highly capable tool, not a compact urban commuter. Stepping inside the 2027 Tundra, particularly in its upper off-road trims, reveals an interior strategy that prioritizes resilient usability and tactile feedback over fragile, screen-heavy minimalism. Toyota understands that a truck subjected to extreme off-road use will experience constant vibration, dust infiltration, and severe temperature fluctuations. Therefore, while the cabin will feature premium, durable materials like synthetic leather with contrast stitching and rubberized floor mats, the true value lies in its functional layout. The centerpiece will be a large, responsive infotainment display, but crucially Toyota is expected to retain physical buttons and dials for critical climate and drive mode functions. When we analyze the expected pricing and launch timeline, a clear picture of Toyota's market positioning emerges. The broader 2027 Tundra lineup is expected to begin arriving at dealerships in early 2027, with the TRD Hammer likely following shortly after its official unveiling in late 2026. Pricing for the base Tundra will remain competitive, starting in the mid-$40,000 range, defending Toyota's stronghold in the commercial and fleet sectors. However, the TRD Hammer is positioned as a halo vehicle, with pricing expected to start well above $80,000, potentially pushing toward $85,000 when fully optioned with premium packages. This aggressive pricing strategy places it directly in competition with the Ford F-150 Raptor and the Ram 1500 TRX legacy models. Toyota is betting that buyers will pay premium for the unique combination of hybrid efficiency, legendary reliability, and superior towing capacity that the Detroit brands simply cannot match. The question for potential buyers is whether the promise of lower fuel costs and higher resale value justifies the significant upfront investment compared to a used Raptor or a new Silverado ZR2. Despite the impressive potential, the 2027 Tundra TRD Hammer faces some very real strategic risks and market pressures that could impact its success. The most significant challenge is the sheer complexity and cost of the hybrid powertrain, which exposes Toyota to supply chain vulnerabilities regarding battery materials and electric motor production. This could lead to long wait times and restricted availability, frustrating eager buyers and pushing them toward more readily available American competitors. Furthermore, the high price point risks alienating traditional truck buyers who view the brand as a provider of sensible, utilitarian transportation rather than a luxury performance machine. Toyota must carefully manage this brand perception, ensuring that the TRD Hammer remains grounded in its core identity of durability and practicality, even as it pushes into the extreme performance space. If they push pricing too far without delivering on the promised reliability, they risk damaging the trust that has been the cornerstone of their success for decades. Ultimately, the 2027 Toyota Tundra TRD Hammer represents a masterclass in strategic market expansion, taking a legendary nameplate and adapting it to meet the diverse, often contradictory demands of the modern off-road enthusiast. It is a vehicle that respects its utilitarian roots while confidently embracing the future of electrified powertrains and specialized lifestyle design. For the buyer who needs a dependable daily driver that can also conquer the most challenging terrain, the TRD Hammer offers a compelling no-compromise solution. It is not a perfect truck for every single person, but it is a highly intelligent, deeply considered machine that offers a distinct and valuable alternative to the current market leaders. If you value long-term reliability, innovative hybrid torque, and genuine off-road engineering over flashy gimmicks, the 2027 Toyota Tundra TRD Hammer is absolutely worth your serious consideration in the wait. What do you think about Toyota's strategy of entering the high-speed off-road market with a hybrid, powered wide-body truck, and do you believe the TRD Hammer can truly compete with the Ford Raptor? Subscribe to Auto Insights if you want deeper breakdowns, real analysis, and a clearer understanding of where the automotive market is heading. Thanks for watching Auto Insights. See you in the next one.